Fantana, fight out loud. You can hate me next. But it doesn't change the fact that you're gonna find yourself at a table like this, sitting with your family. Because we are your second family. And I think you guys both need to apologize for each other.
I'd rather die.
Family. These people are not even qualified to call themselves friends, like proper friends. Talk more of family. Kanye needs to stop, like needs, as a matter of urgency, needs to stop using the word family, friends, whatever, to describe whatever it is that they're doing there. Because at this point, they are literally just people that are working together. Because this season has been crazy, like has been completely crazy. So for her to still come and be saying, yeah, family, if we're not family, anything, there's no family dynamics happening in this situation. And I like the way Fantana said that she'd rather die. You cannot be forcing people to reconcile like that. It doesn't work that way. Go and sort your issues with Annie or something. Like, it doesn't just work that way. So now that that's out of the way, you guys, let's talk about episode 7, 8, and 9. Let's just round up this season. I know I missed some days, so I'm just going to use today to round up everything. Let's talk about the remaining things that happened. There was a huge fight. Like, it was just fully packed with things. There was also peace. So welcome back to my channel, guys. If you are new here, please subscribe, turn on your post notifications so that you can get notified each time I post a brand new video, and don't forget to give it a thumbs up. So in episode 7, they went to Cape Town, and I must say Cape Town has some beautiful views. Like, that city is one beautiful city. Then, you guys, I thought Swanky Jerry had done the most until this episode 7, where he gave Louis a polo. Like, what was that polo about? The polo, he said he had a gift for Louis. He brought out the gift, gave him. Like, Louis was excited, like, okay, maybe there's peace about to reign here. Only for him to bring out the shirt. And what was written on the shirt was 78% in you. Like, what manner of shade is that? Louis, on the other hand, was trying to play it cool. He was just like, thank you. The others did not let it slide, Sha. You know, they were now pointing out the shade and everything. Swanky Jerry was saying, hey, what did he do? What did he do? I would have preferred that they did not even point it out at all. They would have just acted like nothing was going on, so that Swanky Jerry would just look silly. Let nobody just say anything. You know that they say silence is the best answer. That would have been the best case in that scenario, because them pointing it out was not making him feel important. Like, okay, you guys have seen, like, my aim has been achieved. My aim has been achieved, kind of thing. So it don't really make sense. Then Swanky Jerry needs to stop walking like he's about to fall, because his entrance, sometimes I usually find it hard to wrap my head around it. He'll just be like Then there was a lunch situation between Angela, Fantana, Louis, and Rosette. So they basically wanted to just find out from him, just to hear his side of the story, because the story that has been going around, the story that had been going around was that he asked for Zari's ex. He wanted to have a baby with Zari. So they wanted to hear from him, like, what was it that he really said? And that's why he now told them that the way the story has been going around is not the way things happened. That he just spoke to Kanye in confidence, like, because Zari spoke about wanting to do surrogacy. So he was like, oh, okay, she's interested in surrogacy. Let me see if I can reach out to her to find out about surrogacy. Maybe we can go on a research on surrogacy together or something. So he first of all went to meet Kanye to get her advice on whether he should go ahead with meeting Zari, only for Kanye to go and tell Zari. Here I was thinking that he told Kanye to speak to Zari for him. It was in this scene, during this part, that I found out that he was not the one that sent Kanye to meet Zari. Like, so Kanye was the problem. Kanye was literally the problem in this whole situation. Like, she had no right to do that. She was not meant to go meet Zari to tell her that. Like, what are you trying to do? Meanwhile, Louis' story went deeper. Himself and Andile, they went to decide to have a conversation. You guys know Andile is like another therapist of the group. He's just that guy that wants to hear your story. He wants to be your, you know, comfort zone. He wants to, you know, just, that was the vibe. He was, in fact, throughout this season, he was just giving this vibe of like somebody that is trying to work on himself, trying to, you know, he was giving a very, very calm, chill vibe in this season. So he was having a conversation with Louis, and that's when Louis now revealed to him that the church literally outcasted him or punished him because he had sex in the house, in the Big Brother Africa house, 7 years ago. So after that happened and he came out of the house, there's a rule. I mean, they made a rule that he was not to be in contact with any member of his family, or in fact any member of the church, and his family members were part of the church. So that now made him to lose contact with them. So he has not seen them for 7 years.
I got excommunicated from the congregation. I cannot have any contact with anybody who's part of the organization. The last time I heard my mom's voice and my dad's voice as well was last year. They're getting old and they're changing. I miss all of them. Yeah.
7 years because of church say waiting. That's on them. That's their business. It cannot be me. I'm gonna see those my family members and they're going to see me, whether they like it or not, or we'll all leave that church, because I don't understand how they are preventing you from seeing your family members forever, or for how long, because of what? Like, I was surprised to hear that, they were start talking, it got emotional. In fact, I even got emotional with them, because that's so heartbreaking. So hearing that story, Andelia now was able to understand where Louis was coming from with the whole wanting to have a child thing and all. So for Louis, it's more about like wanting to create his own family, and just, you know, since as he cannot contact his real family, I cannot reach them and let him create his own family kind of thing. Like, more, that whole thing just sounded very weird to me. So meanwhile, we have Naked that is now being, he's now a romantic man. This season, he was giving all shades of romance, being all sweet. I'm like, oh, nice. So we had a situation, he had a conversation with Kanye about, you know, wanting to express himself to Kelly and just make her know that he's intentional about everything. That's when Kanye told him to do a trailer proposal. Like, proposal before the proposal. Like, you know how you want to watch a movie and then you see what's coming, which was a very bad idea, because how are you doing a pre-proposal? Like, why are you going to do that? Obviously, anybody that's like somebody that really wants you to go all the way, that sees you kneeling down and all, would think that you want to propose for real and everything is real, and like, you now say, oh no, this one is testing. Like, what was that about? Like, when she said, I was like, okay, we're going to get to like when all of that happened. Let's just keep going. So they went on a boat trip, and surprisingly, this boat trip was peaceful. Like, the kind of chaos I was expecting during the boat trip was something else. But on that boat trip, there was conversation between Swanky and Louis, and Louis now explained his situation, or his side of the story, to Swanky Jerry. Zari was also there, Nadia was also there. So he just told them that he did not tell Kanye to go and meet Zari to be asking her for her eggs and everything. And Swanky Jerry now apologized to him, and I was like, okay, impressive. That's a nice one, that's impressive. So he apologized to him, and then now told him that he should air his views, he should speak up and talk to the rest of the group, so that the lies do not keep flying about him. So he went up and then also told them his story about the whole church situation, his family members and everything, and they were very sympathetic about the whole thing. In fact, I think Seba almost cried herself. She was just holding her tears. Like, it was, in fact, the whole thing is actually really emotional. So the boat trip, everything went well. Even like the event after that, where they went to one very high place, that's where they had like the beautiful view. It was also very chilled. Swanky Jerry was there, Louis was there, but they had a very good time together. It was now in that place that the trailer proposal happened. The whole thing is just very funny to me. The concept of the trailer proposal is actually funny to me. So now the way it happened was that Swanky Jerry just said, this place, if you propose somebody in this place and somebody says no, you just throw the person down. So he was just making a joke. And the next is like, this would be a nice place for Naked to propose though. In fact, Naked come and proposed to Kelly. He now removed his ring and gave Naked, and Naked now took the ring and knelt down, and Kelly's like, hold up, what's going on? Like, is this real? Is this the man that hardly ever kneels down or does anything like that? Like, his ego is like this. He doesn't do things like this. He's not the most romantic guy. So she was very surprised. He was just pouring out his mind, saying how much he loves and wants her, everything. She was just laughing sharp because she didn't really believe. But it got serious and he expressed himself to her, and that's how he wore her the ring. But she did not even feel like it was a real proposal, basically, because she later had a conversation with Annie, Andile, and Seba, where she was telling them that she doesn't feel like she's engaged, right? Because of she doesn't have a ring. You know, that was Swanky Jerry's ring. She doesn't have a ring or anything, and the way it happened. So that's when I told her that, okay, you guys need to talk this out. Annie was just telling her that he needs to get a ring, even if it's like a very cheap ring, just to seal everything. And you know, Kelly just took that and like, okay, I think I'm gonna have a conversation with this man. Then the way Diamond came, the way they showed Diamond coming in was very, very hilarious. It was just like bouncing and everything. I was like, what's all this drama? It was just so dramatic. So Diamond arrived from all his tours and everything. So he went to meet with Fantana. And in that meeting, Fantana was just giving him breakdown on everything that had been going on, all that Zari had been telling him about him having a girlfriend, and about the fact that, you know, the fact that the group, they were making a big deal about their situation, and then telling her that she should be more about her music than him, and then also that he just wants to get in her pants and everything. She was just spilling. And these are the things you tell somebody that you want assurance from. Like, why are you looking for assurance from somebody like Diamond? You're just setting yourself up. That's literally a setup, because telling him all this is for him to now tell you, okay, I don't have a girlfriend, I'm not all about getting in your pants kind of thing. That's literally what that conversation was about, right? So he told her that she doesn't have a girlfriend. I said, okay. She was happy about it. I said, okay.
I don't have. You have a steady girlfriend, have you?
So you don't have a girlfriend?
You don't.
So Zari, you see.
Kinda Negodu, let's be watching and seeing how everything plays out. So Rosette was also there with them. They were having a conversation before that. Fantana wanted her advice, so Rosette was sat there with them. Rosette now told Diamond that, okay, since you don't have a girlfriend, what you're going to do is to take a picture with Fantana and post it on your page and promote her music. And he's like, okay, he can do that. I'm going to check his page whether he did that. I'm going to check, because I need to know. Then Zari met with Kanye and Louis, and in that conversation she was just talking about the fact that she had plans to confront Diamond in front of everybody based on concerning the things that he was saying about her, that Fantana told her that he was saying about her. I was like, gang, there's gonna be trouble that's gonna come out of this confrontation. Then Andile and Rosette, Andile met with Rosette to just talk about his plans of getting back with Seba. So he went to tell her so that things will not be awkward, so that she will know, because you know they all have some kind of friendship and everything. So he just went to give her that information, only for him to go there, and Rosette was talking about them getting back together. I was like, okay, this is not gonna go very, very well. When I saw that he was hanging out with Rosette in the first place, like earlier on, after he had said he wanted to get back with Seba, I just knew that it was a bad idea. Like, how is that gonna work? That dynamics is not gonna work when you know that these two people are still interested in you. It's not gonna be straightforward. So when she said that, I was not surprised. So that threw him into a state of deep confusion. So now, after meeting with her, he went and met with Seba. The meeting with Rosette and the meeting with Seba, his children were there. You know, they showed his children for the first time, maybe. I think it's the first time I'm seeing his children. So he met with Seba, and the way I think the conversation was meant to go is not how it went. So that conversation he had with Rosette kind of changed the direction of the conversation he had with Seba. This is somebody that had been saying he wanted to get back with Seba. Only for me to meet her, and he's talking about how they can't walk. You know, it's all complicated. You know, different things. And she's like, okay, she was fine with it until she got to know. I mean, she got to hear from him that he had plans of, you know, getting back with Rosette and everything. And that's where she's like, what's going on here? Then there was a scene where Swanky Jerry was talking to Tubaba about the fact that he felt bad that Tubaba did not reach out to him when he was having an issue with Annie. That scene was just so funny. You know, he was just talking about the fact that Tubaba would have been in the best position to reconcile the two of them, like, based on all that had happened. And Tubaba is like, me and you, like you and I, we don't have issues. Ibu's big for Allah, it's not even Ibu's issue. I mean, whatever people had, it's not my own business. And I was not even aware. I didn't even know about it. People should not add me. Like, he literally removed himself from the equation.
I did not even know what was going on. I'm still friends with you. I'm still your husband. I don't give a fuck about the beef people have. Squash that shit. You're not going to put me in between any nonsense.
And I've noticed that Baba doesn't really like stress like that. He's always just on the vibes and the Shala mode. So nobody's gonna stress him kind of thing. So Zari was just like, so this person is never involved in this whole thing, this whole drama. So, you know, it was just there, even though Baba was not really happy with it, because the way he expressed himself in his confessional was like, he felt disrespected and everything, but he wasn't about to entertain any kind of negative energy. Then there was a meet-up between the ladies, and you guys know that anytime the ladies decide to meet up, there is always drama, and this particular meetup was no different. So Annie was present at this meetup, and they were amazed because she had missed several meetings and everything. The whole meeting stuff is now beginning to sound or seem funny, because like it's always about meet here, gather here, gather there, gather there. You know, that's literally what the whole season was about. So she had missed some of their August meeting. If it's in Nigeria, we say August meeting. So they were surprised. Then Kanye was giving her like a cold shoulder. She confronted it there. The next thing they are going, well, as did he call me? Well, as did he call me? This one, that one, that one. Why are you giving me attitude? You know, they had their mini squash back and forth. Before you know it, Zari brought up the Fantana Diamond dynamics, and Fantana is like, huh? What does myself and Diamond situation have to do with this argument? Like, it just came out of nowhere. And at that point, I just knew that Zari wanted to have that conversation with Fantana because it had been bothering her. So basically, what Fantana told her was that if she hears all the things that Diamond has been saying about her, she's gonna have a stroke. I mean, she's gonna cry. So before you know it, the whole thing turned into a full-blown bass boost. Like, I think this was the most heated bass boost that they've had in this season. Fantana was just telling her that, you know what, you have been getting on my nerves. You have been telling me, you know, you've been trying to poke me and everything. You've been getting on my nerves. Zari is like, what are you going to do about it? Fantana is like, I'm young, but you cannot mess with me. Kelly was in the background doing like hype woman things. The rest were enjoying the drama.
The thing is, what are you gonna do about it? Let's stop there. Thank you. What are you doing? Thank you. But what I will tell you is, you're not gonna talk to me if you can't do anything about it, then shit, fuck. And you're bored.
Fantana just kept going, talking about how she's like an old wicked. I mean, an old. She called her old. She called her fake wearing. The one that entered my hair was fake wearing designer B word. She uses B word.
Bye, go get her, bitch.
I'm not
No, I don't care. You're old and you're young. I don't care. I'm a young fuck, bitch. I'm a young millionaire. Yeah. You ragged ass. You're a fake designer. Fake designer wearing old bitch.
It was just like a full-blown basketball. Like, they went all out. It was more Fantana, like, you know, point and everything, but it was a lot. Fantana is actually the one that looked for this particular trouble, because how are you going to tell Zari that if you hear what this guy has been saying about you, you're going to have a stroke, and you expect her not to be restless and want to know what is that thing that this man is really saying about me, you know, like that's gonna get me restless. But in the grand scheme of things, in the general scheme of things, Zari is actually the one that's kind of brought this upon herself in a way, by inserting herself in the whole Fantana and Diamond situation. You know, she was always like trying to throw in one or two things there, saying how you're being used, you don't know, that kind of thing. So she kind of brought it upon herself. So they continued their back and forth. It was just getting more heated. Nadia now stopped them like, hey, y'all should stop that nonsense. You cannot be fighting and doing all of this over a man. It's not right. We ladies don't do that. And yes, I support. We ladies don't do that. She was like, you guys need to channel your energy to the common denominator, which is Diamond. You guys should not be fighting yourselves. Go and face Diamond. I was like, okay, I'm not going to do that either. I'm not going to be fighting over that man. Neither am I going to confront him over some unnecessary issues. Neither will I even, like... So, they now calm down, and that's how that whole scene ended, with them not really resolving anything. But Now they just calmed the situation down. Kanye was like, you guys should not be using abusive words on each other. We don't do that here, you know, as per family, family that they are. Then that's how from there they now entered the final episode. That was episode 9. So they started off by showing us Louis Diamond and Naked. They were just at his place having a conversation about Fantana. Louis was just trying to clear the air, clear things with him concerning the whole Fantana situation. You know, he had a date with Fantana, so he just told him that they went on a date and they are not compatible, so he's fine, he can go ahead with her, that is, Diamond can go ahead with her. And Diamond is like, we're not dating, that we have an understanding. Have an understanding. It's not a dating situation. That they literally had a conversation on the chair and it was nothing of that sort. They just have an understanding. And I remember that conversation actually where she was saying, even if you have other babes, I'm still going to be your number one. So according to both of them, they have an understanding. So he just told them that it's not a girlfriend boyfriend thing. And then they asked him about the whole Zari situation, because they already got to hear that Fantana told them, like, they got to hear about what Fantana said, and he didn't really say anything about what he told Fantana concerning Zari. Then Kanye now decided to call a meeting between Zari and Fantana. Like, why what was the point of that meeting? Everybody must not be close, or must not be friends, or must not be cool with each other. They must not all be kumbaya. These people were not even friends in the first place. So what are you trying to reconcile? It was just so annoying. And then I invited Diamond too. Swanky was also there. Those were the mediators, Kanye and Swanky. Then I invited Diamond to now make the whole situation more embarrassing. Hey, gosh. You guys, that scene just annoyed me, because they still ended up bickering, like,
and know that there's an issue that is unresolved.
There's no issue. The issue is I'm fuck with her, and I'm never going to.
And how is that exactly gonna economically, socially, financially?
I don't really care. Financially, socially, whatever. You're pretending everything, so be quiet.
Fuck you.
Fuck you too.
It was just like two people that did not want to meet each other, did not want to even lay their eyes on each other or say anything to each other. So it was chaos. It was still chaos, but not as chaotic as the previous nights. Diamond was there. Zari was trying to find out what the situation was, telling him that she heard that he said certain things about her. He said that he cannot be saying bad things about his Mama T. That's what he calls her. He cannot say bad things about her, this and that and that. And it was just like, you're lying, you're not lying, you speak out, you're not hearing, speaking loud. So you know, they continued. Fantana wanted to leave at different points. Kanye said she should not leave. They don't leave family gatherings. So she kept staying there. After Diamond finished saying what he said, in his confessional, he was like, this is the most stupid, I think he even said stupidest, most stupid thing that he has ever seen in his life. He did not know things to get to this point.
This is the most stupid thing I've ever met in my life.
And I agree with him, because why are you guys even butting your heads over something that is unnecessary in the first place? Fantana telling Diamond everything that was said about their situationship, about you want to get to my pants, they said this, they said that, was very childish. Zari trying to make Fantana feel uncomfortable or feel some type of way about being with Diamond, and by, you know, just giving her unsolicited advice at the beginning of the whole thing was unnecessary. Fantana going to meet Zari to tell her Diamond said this about you, and if you cry, if you hear this, that, like, was just unnecessary. If Diamond, I'm not even saying Diamond is right or anything, but if Diamond said bad things about Zari, like, you should take it with a pinch of salt, because you look at him like, if he's saying this about his ex and baby mama, if he's saying bad things about his ex and baby mama to me, then I'm gonna experience the same thing if things go south. So you just, you know, just use that to, like, not to now go and be using it to go and tell Zari as pepper them gang, you're trying to pepper her, or like, the whole thing was just like, I don't even know. They put themselves in that mess. It was not even. Moving on from that, so there was a situation between Annie and there was a situation that, like, you know, the whole Swanky situation where he confronted to Baba. So Annie was asking to Baba how the whole soccer out he went, and that's where he revealed to her that he had a conversation with Swanky, and this is what Swanky was saying, and he was now angry that why would Swanky be disrespecting to Baba, this and that and that. She now reached out to Andile to vent to him, and Andile now called Swanky Jerry over to, you know, kind of appeal to his conscience. He was showing him the videos of like just good old times he had with Annie, you know, during her wedding and all the nice things, just so that he can soften his heart, and he'll have a conversation with Annie. Then Naked and Kaylee had a lovely dinner together, a lovely romantic dinner that was planned. Everything was arranged and planned by Naked. And to be honest, I thought that was going to be the main proposal, since they had done the trailer proposal, only for them to, you know, sit down, and then he gave her a box. What was in the box was the key to his house. I was like, why are you raising this person's hope like this? Because obviously if you see a box, you're thinking it's a ring, right? But she still appreciated it, and I'm like, okay, it's your relationship, you know, do you, if this is fine, this is good. And then also Naked explained that he has been married twice. He doesn't want to put himself in that situation again. So I kind of understand him. He wants to try to make this right. But yeah, they understand each other, they understand their love language. Things got really emotional. There were even some tears, and I cried with them. So I was feeling their love. Then we had Andile that brought Annie and Swanky Jerry together to get them to sort things out once and for all. And you guys, the way these two people went at each other, I didn't believe that there was going to be any resolve at all. They just kept Swanky Jerry is talking about how I'm not your problem, you're also having issues with your in-laws, this and that and that, and he was saying it's a lie, I never had that conversation.
I'm fighting with you. You're fighting with your in-laws.
They went all the way, and it just kept going. I say, this was a bad idea. So Andile just got angry, like, I'm not gonna sit here and have this, you guys are embarrassing yourselves in front of this camera, don't do that. So as he wanted to leave, it's like that's it now, touch their brain, they now calm down, and that's when they now like had the proper conversation. Annie apologized, like, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do that. Swanky said he's also sorry. They made up, they hugged, you know, tears, they were even crying, and I cried with them too, as a crybaby that I am. And it was very like, okay, peace is actually nice, like it's nice to see peace. Then Diamond decided to resolve things with his two women. So he met up with Zari first, and this time around they showed the children too. So Zari was just saying that she's really angry at him for putting her in that position. She asked him whether he said certain things about her. She talked about the whole the fact that Fantana told her that he revealed to Fantana that she wants to have a child with him. That how did that get to Fantana? It's like, he didn't tell her that, of which he did. So that was a lie. Is that he's lying, or maybe he doesn't remember what he says anymore, because I don't understand. So, but obviously he told Fantana that. We even watched it. So at the end of the day, Zari was like, okay, let me just settle things with him. They now hugged each other. She was like, you need to keep your bitches away, you know, keep them away from me. Kind of thing. And that's how they hugged. After seeing her, he now decided to also meet with Fantana before going on his tour. And the meeting with Fantana, he was also explaining that, you know, he's sorry about how everything went, Fantana was like, it's fine, it's okay. They were just saying this and that. You know, they were both calm in their meeting with him, their separate meetings with him. This Diamond shy, he has sweet mouth, because the way they were just like feeling the whole conversation. So before he left, he now told her that he loves her. I mean, he kissed her, they kissed, and he told her that he loves her. She was like, I love you too. I was like,
I love you. Love you.
Love you too.
Are you guys now saying I love you now, or what? Hey, okay. You guys, that's where the episode ended. So Fantana, the truth is that at the end of the day, Fantana did not now promote her music, which is what Louis was saying. So that's, I understand his angle, because the whole season is no longer about her music, because I've not heard any of her songs. So, but yeah, in fact, most of them did not even promote their business in this season. It was all about bickering back and forth. Season 1 was definitely more insightful, more about them. This season 2 was just like everybody wanted to just be the alpha and omega in the group and not let the other person. This is where I'm going to end this video, guys. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I will see you on the next one. Bye. Love you.